All right, all right. How is everyone doing on this beautiful Sunday? We are here to start chatting about stocks and see which picks are you guys going to give today. Which ones are you guys going to mention in the chat that we can go ahead and take a look? Let's take a look at the earnings, the financials, anything like that. You know, and if you missed earlier's video, let me know in the chat, the update that I posted earlier today. And I can definitely show you guys the purchases that I made on Friday as a DCA investor. I'm really excited because I finally hit $30,000 in my portfolio, which I'm very, very excited about, finally. So next stop is 40,000. So can't wait to we get to $40,000 in total value. But as of right now, I'm good. I'm good. I want to just continue to build up some of the positions, especially with Amazon earnings coming up right now. I think it's at the end of the week. So that is one position that I really want to build up some more. And because I expect very nice earnings, very good earnings in this third quarter and especially in the fourth quarter also. So let's see how it goes. Who is out there in the chat? Oh, my chat is not working right now. Is there anyone there in the chat? Let me know in the chat. But since nobody has put any comments yet, let's go ahead and take a look at the portfolio real quick. So I can show you right now. And my portfolio is at 30,000. You guys can see right here in the bottom. Let me just show you real quick. It's at $30,100 right now. $3,600 in gains from my portfolio. 13.8% in unrealized gains right now, which is great. Most of my positions are in the green. Most of them. One that is not in the green is the iShares Bitcoin Trust ETF, which I only have 6 shares right now. I want to buy a couple more, hopefully this week. And this one is going to be one that I'm planning on continue to build it up some more. Let's see who is in there. Tim, good evening, everyone. Nice to see you there. East Boogie. What's up, Jay? What's up, East Boogie? I don't think my chat is working very well. Jeremy is there in the chat too. What's up, Jeremy? I can't, for some reason, my chat is not working. I am hoping that, let me just see something real quick just to make sure that everything is on right now. And it looks like it's on, but for some reason my chat thing is not working. So I can't pop up any of the messages right now. Not sure why. Let me just take a quick look on my Google. Let me just take a quick look real quick and see if this is working. Let me see. If I disable it, then do that. Then hopefully. What's going on, Mario? Nice to see you there in the chat. I'm having some technical difficulties. I can't believe that my chat is not working right now. So I can't pop up your messages, which is something that I really enjoy doing. Yep, not sure what is going on. Not sure what is going on as of right now, but it's not working. My chat right now. All right, let me see. Let me just go ahead and do this real quick. But I did wanted to take a look at some stocks with you guys. So, I'm hoping everyone is there. All right. Shannon Thomas test. It means no worries for the rest of your days. Can you guys hear me? I'm hoping my voice is at least coming up. I'm out there. But one JL is right there. Hi everyone, JL, Jeremy. Oh no, technology is failing us. Sell everything. That's a good one, Jeremy. That's a very good one, right there. Let me just, you know, go ahead. I'm gonna put my chat right here, so I can look at it a little bit better. All right, Tim, loud and clear. So thank you, Tim. Thank you, Tim. One company that I was really looking at before, honestly, and I was even looking at it before. I should have tested my stuff, my chat and everything before I started. But I was looking at one stock that you guys mentioned in last week's stream. Let me see who else is in there. Mario, I can hear you. Okay, nice. Thank you, Mario. Shannon, your shirt is white. I was saying that. FYI. Oh, so you were singing the song. Yeah, Hakuna Matata. This is actually the shirt that I wore to go to Animal Kingdom. I'm a big fan of Animal Kingdom. Shannon, you're the thrill. What's up, Jay? What's up, the thrill? But I did wanted to talk about one stock that I was looking at last week, and I'm sure you guys are probably gonna know already. But it was this one, Mercado Libre, Meli. It was one that really caught my attention. So I was looking at it briefly before I started the stream. And this one, I don't know if you guys have looked into this stock or this company before, but I was just looking at it. It's like an Amazon, but international Amazon. It's like in South America pretty much. So revenue, market cap for this company is $109 billion right now. PE ratios are 53.3, forward PE 44.2. Strong buy analysts are calling it. Price target is $2,700, 29.5% right now. And if you guys take a look, you see I had it open. I had it in the year to date, but in the last month it's down 13.3% right now. Year to date is up 27%. Last year only up 6%. And then in the last 5 years it's up 64.7%. But I was really looking at it. I kind of liked it. I kind of like this company, to be honest with you. In Meli. I forgot who else was looking at it or was looking at it before. But if you guys see, the revenue is just growing very well, which is something that I like a lot. Operating income is also growing. You guys can see in the past few years it has grown to $2.97 billion in operating income. The shares outstanding, you guys can see that they're staying pretty flat, so they're not issuing shares like crazy or anything like that. So that is something that I like. Their earnings per share is also growing. You guys can see to $40.50. Free cash flow, you guys can see that it's also growing, $7.39 billion. Free cash flow per share is also growing. So there's a lot of good numbers on this company right here. So I really liked it a lot when I looked at it last week with you guys. And what else was it that I was looking at? I was looking at a couple of things that a couple of financials here. But even when we go to the metrics and you guys go to the revenue by segment, you guys can see that it's growing and growing and growing. So this is like, the e-commerce side and the fintech side is also growing. So it's like, this company looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. And even if in the future they become some kind of competition for Costco, I think that, not for Costco, for Amazon, they'll probably buy it. But I don't know, at the way the financials have been going, I don't think that they need to, they're gonna be they don't need to worry about any of that. This company looks pretty good. I really liked it. I really like this company. Any of you guys hold this company in your portfolio? Meli, Mercado Libre. One thing I wanted to take a look at is this one, since it's an international company. Is it the taxes? Like if I ever sell it in the future, let's say I go in it and I sell it in the future, do I have to pay international taxes if I invest in it? That will be my question that I wanted to take a look at. But let me know in the chat if any of you guys hold this company right here, which it was looking pretty good. right there. Let me see who else is there. The Drill, what's up, Jay? Tim, that revenue growth is amazing. Yeah, it looked pretty good on Melly for sure. I really like the numbers that I'm seeing from this company right there. In my portfolio, pretty much what I have. I don't think I wanted to talk about any of my stocks right now, honestly. Even though Google, if you guys see right here, let me show you in the screen real quick. Google has taken over the second spot. That was something that I got surprised when I did the sort. When you go to data and then you go to sort, by the sizes of your positions. I saw that Google jumped to number 2 from like number 4. And it was because now I'm at 58.4% in unrealized gains. So you guys can see here $2,100 from this position in Google, which is I was definitely very surprised. Let me see who else. Yeah, Meli is huge in Mexico from Mario. Yeah, it does look pretty good, honestly. I like it. I like Meli, to be honest with you. I really did. Jeremy, like I said last week, buying Melly now is like buying Amazon 10 years ago. I'm still considering starting a position in it. I wouldn't blame you, Jeremy. Honestly, I wouldn't blame you starting a position in Melly right now. It looks good. It looks good. The revenue looks good. I think I even opened up the website. It looks much more simple than Amazon for sure. But imagine all the growth ahead. Like, once they start, growing anything else or investing in the company, maybe once they start getting robotics down there, or anything that Amazon has right now, they start implementing it down there, whatever it is. I think, is this company like in Brazil or something like that? Let me see. Operate online e-commerce. Where does it it's just an internet retail, but it doesn't say in which country they are established. But pretty much, yeah, once they start, because they are pretty much like an Amazon. Once they start seeing things that Amazon have that works for them, they can implement it in their business, and it's just gonna continue to help it grow a lot faster. So yeah, definitely a good company. I don't know. I like it. Let me see. I kind of lost the chat right there. Let me see. Okay. Let me see who else. Tim, I still think you should turn the drip back on for O. You can increase that dividend with no fresh money invested. Compounding machine. Not a bad idea, Tim. Not a bad idea. Honestly, it is a good idea, to be honest. It is something I should definitely yeah, because I can definitely grow my position some more. I'm gonna consider it, Tim. I might, it's definitely a good idea. 6.4% as of right now. I have 6.4% in unrealized gains, 34.2 shares. I do want to get to 50 shares right now, so let me check something real quick. Yeah, I think that's a good idea right there. That is a good idea for sure. Sorry guys, I had to text something. But yeah, that is a pretty good idea, Tim. All right, let me see who else is right there in the chat. Jeremy, Google is killing it. It was my largest single position until Friday. AMD squeezed ahead for the top spot. Oh, AMD is also performing pretty good as of lately for sure. AMD. Let me take a quick look. Oh, it's actually one of the popular stocks right now. You guys see right here. It's in the second one. AMD. So it's at $252 right now. The PE ratio is at 151. Forward PE 50. But they have run up. As of lately, look at this year to date, 109%. Wow, 57.1%. Jeremy, how is your position? Like, when did you get it? Hold on, let me see something right here. Timestamps. Because I can't see the chat for some reason. All right. All right. So Jeremy, when did you get it? Like, what's your cost on this? I'm sorry, right there. In the last year, it is up 65%. In the last month, 57%. Wow. Wow. Price target is down and negative from here, 14%, $216. So, but I'm sure anybody that bought AMD some time ago definitely, happy with their return so far. You guys can see the revenue is growing, $29.6 billion. That's pretty good right there. Operating income, let me take a look. $2.5 billion. Let me see the shares outstanding. They're slightly diluting the shareholder, but they'll probably start, buying back shares in the near future. Maybe in the next couple of years. I know they have been growing. So, free cash flow, $4.04 billion. Free cash flow per share is at 2.48. So it's growing, in the last 2 years. This one is mostly for the future. I think a lot of people are investing in it for the future pretty much. No dividend as of right now. Yeah, AMD definitely. All right. Let me see right here in the chat. All right. Crypto is raging today in the positive China trade deal news. Futures market is also up from Jeremy. Okay, that's some good news right there. But I also wanted to buy some more crypto before he continues to run up. I know it's very volatile, crypto, but let me see, Tim. $111 a year in dividends, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, from O Realty Income. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I think you're right. Let me just show you in the dividend portfolio. So yeah, it's $110. I got the estimated dividend. I haven't updated the dividend, so it might be a little bit more. I think you are correct, 111. So yeah, $110 in estimated yearly dividends. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Every month I get about $9 from my Realty Income position, which it will help me build it and buy almost 2 shares every year. Yeah, it is one position that I want to hold long term though. So no, that's a very good point there, Tim. Very, very good point right there. All right, let me see what else. Let me see who else is there. Unboxing Nams. Hello, Jay. Hello, Unboxing Nams. Nice to see you there. Let's see who else is in there. The Thrill. Jay, you have to do some homework on growth stock. On which one specifically? You want me to take a look at anyone in specific? You are missing out on some great companies. Yeah. I just don't wanna go into FOMO now. I know a lot of those companies have been growing as of lately. Like a Palantir, like Nvidia. I don't want to jump in now. I think I'm okay with having missed it. That boat right there, or those boats right there. I think I think it's okay. I don't. Because I don't want to then go ahead and jump in and then something goes ahead and goes wrong. And then I'm like, oh, man, I shouldn't have done it, I know a lot of them are a little bit overpriced, right now. So that's why I'm also kind of like being cautious about it. But I'm still doing my research on other stocks. I still think Amazon is a good opportunity right now. I know that it's underperforming other growth stocks right now. But that's why I'm buying it, because I think it's undervalued, to me, in my opinion. So that's why I don't want to jump into the hot stocks right now. Like AMD. If I jump in right now, I think it will be the wrong time for me to jump in. But there might be some other ones though. There might be some other ones. But yeah. All right, let me see who else is in here. Jeremy West started buying at 130 on the way down to the 80s, then back up to 120. Cost average around 116. Wow, very nice cost, Jeremy, on AMD. Very, very nice. Tim, sorry, I'm really good with numbers. I recall numbers more than names. That's very good, Tim. That's a very, very, very good right there. But yeah, yeah. You got a great point right there. With realty income, I'm maybe I should even do it with Main Street Capital. You know, because that is a good point, and I do want to hold them long term. I want to hold them into the future, so they can pay off. Especially those REITs and BDC. With the higher yield, I do want them to pay my bills in the future. So, not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. I think that's a very, very good point right there, Tim. East Street, hi Jay, how you doing? Let me see, JL, sorry Jay and everyone. I need to go, not feeling great. Hope you all have a good week with investing. We'll catch up another time. Bye. JL, hopefully you feel better, definitely understandable. So hopefully you feel better. Get some rest for sure. That usually helps out a lot. So hope you feel better. The thrill. I went from dividend investor to a mix, but been buying mostly growth. Yeah, growth. A lot of growth stocks right now are hot. So I do understand. I do understand that point. I do understand you 100%. Especially with growth stocks being so hot lately. But man, I don't know. I'm kind of thinking to see what I will say, what my opinion will be, with that, because I know growth is pretty hot right now. Like Google is going up a lot, Palantir, AMD, Nvidia. I think Tesla has run up in share price too. Apple, I think also as of lately has been running up in share price. So it is another one. What else? Who else? What are some other growth stocks? Let me see if I see any right here. Tesla, Nvidia, AMD, Amazon. If I take a look, maybe in VGT, CrowdStrike, I think it has run up in share price too. That one was a good opportunity, CrowdStrike, when they had the cyber crash, pretty much, where they crashed a couple companies. Palantir, Cisco, IBM, Salesforce. How's Salesforce performing so far? Have you guys been buying Salesforce? Whoops. What am I doing right here? Oh my gosh. I'm having technical difficulties right here with the chat. Let me see. Status. Open multi-view. True. Always on top. Oh my gosh. All right, let me see real quick. I'm having some technical difficulties right here, and this is honestly my fault, because I should have instead of looking at other things and watching some stuff on YouTube, I should have had worked on this offhand. But yeah, this is it. This is Salesforce right here. And you guys can see that Salesforce, let me see, the share price in the last month is up 4.2%. Year to date is down. It's still down 23.78%. So even though it's up in the last month, it's still, down when you open it up. In the last year is down 10.41%. PE ratios at 37, forward PE at 21. So the analysts are calling this a buy, and price target is at $330 right now. So you guys can see right here, revenue. Revenue is pretty much up, continuing to grow and grow. That is something. This company looks pretty good too. $8.3 billion also right there in operating income. Shares outstanding. They're buying back shares, so they're not diluting the shareholder. Earnings per share is growing. Yeah, the investors are worried about the future, especially with AI. But I think they'll do just like any other company, like Adobe and Google. They'll just continue to use their the AI to benefit them in the long run. I think that's what a lot of these companies are gonna do. I think everybody's getting too nervous about AI. This company looks good. It looks good. Look at the payout ratio on their dividend. It's only 24.1%. So not bad, not bad right there. All right, let me see. Let me open the chat real quick because let me open it in here. Let me see the thrill. I went from dividend. Mario, what do you think of DGRO? I'm up 11% right now from Mario. Oh, I like DGRO. I like DGRO. That's a good ETF right there. Honestly, he's pretty much like a SCHD. Hold on, I'll show you guys in here. DGRO iShares Core Dividend Growth ETF. So this is from BlackRock, pretty much. Expense ratio is slightly higher than SCHD, so 0.08%. And you guys can see that the dividend yield is 2.01%. But you know, I like this company. I like this ETF. Sorry, holdings that it has a nice amount in technology. It has more in technology than SCHD, so it has 18% in technology. Financials is 20%. You guys can see Apple is number 1. Johnson & Johnson, Microsoft, Exxon, JP Morgan Chase, AbbVie, Broadcom, Procter & Gamble. So a lot of good companies right here. PepsiCo, Coca-Cola, Merck, Bank of America, Cisco, NextEra Energy, McDonald's Corporation is also here. And then the dividend, it doesn't show dividend growth right here, but the dividend growth is pretty good. Payout ratio, 40%. Let me see if the dividend growth. Oh, it has gone down year over year. Went down in the last quarter. Went down. It had very good dividend growth. I don't know what happened to it. 4.13%, 12%, 4%, then 12%. Yeah, I remember seeing this dividend growth right here. And even this one, the 36.8% dividend growth. It's still growing. The dividend is still growing. It's not going down or nothing. But yeah, I pretty much went with SCHD. You know, double-digit percent dividend growth. This one has good share price appreciation. You know, more than SCHD. 8.9% last year. Last 5 years, 66.6% in share price appreciation. So that's not bad. That's not bad at all. All right, let me take a look. I gotta get the chat on this side. Tim, JL, hope you get better. Yeah, definitely. See you on another stream. Hopefully, JL, you feel better. The thrill. AMD looks like it's going to be $1 trillion market cap. You are not late. I've been buying average around $120 still buying. Yeah, but you know, I think I'm okay. You know, I have a nice amount of positions right now in my portfolio that I want to grow them. That's what I want to work on, honestly. Main pays those special dividends, so you could also aggressively grow that position with no fresh money from Tim. Yeah, that's a very good point. I should reconsider. That's a very good point, Tim. You know, I should definitely reconsider. Tim, what positions do you have the drip turned on for? So, Tim, I only have SCHD and FXAIX. So, I pretty much what I did, it was I turned off all the drip for all of my positions except the index fund and the ETF. Those two I do have the drip on. You know, I kind of wanted to buy whatever was at a good deal with the dividends, but you know, I've been buying some of the companies with the deposit. I haven't really spent much on the dividends because I still have a nice cash position. I have about $500, I think it is. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, $502 I have in my cash right now. So it is one, you know, that I'm working on right here. Yep, $502 is right here. You know, right here, $502. So yeah. I should reconsider, honestly. I should turn on the drip. Easy Street, my crypto has been well lately. Lately invested in Hyperliquid. They basically a trading form for like Robinhood for crypto and earn almost as much as Robinhood, but only valued at 16B right now. Hyperliquid. Not familiar, but you know. Bringer of dividends. Hi Jay, will Kenvue cut their dividend? Probably, probably. That's why I'm gonna move on from Kenvue. You know, I used to like it. I wanted it to hold a long term. But then as of lately, I just been I'm gonna move on from Kenvue. Let me see the dividend. Yeah, the payout ratio is at 111%. Not sure if these numbers are accurate, but they're usually around there. They're usually around pretty close to the numbers once you do the calculation. So yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna move on from Kenvue, honestly. Let's see who else is in here. Easy Street. I'm going to hold this for long. Which one? Easy Street. Oh, okay. The crypto. Okay. Jeremy, haven't bought CRM since it climbed above 250. If it dips back below, I'll add again. Yeah, that's a very good point right there, Jeremy. Very good price right there that you're looking at. The thrill. I bought CrowdStrike at the crash up. 100% small position, selling and looking to buy Uber before earnings. Oh, Uber. I like Uber. Honestly, I do like Uber. I think this one is another one that it looks pretty good. PE ratio is at 15. Forward PE is at 29. So, showing some overvaluation in the future from here. They don't have very good hopes for Uber. I think Uber is gonna be fine. Somehow you'll see that they'll make it work. With Waymo, with even Tesla. I think they're not gonna have any choice. They're gonna have to, yeah. Price target $107 right now. Let me see the financials. Revenue is growing, something that you like to see. $47.3 billion. Let me see, the operating income is in the positive, also growing, $4.5 billion. Let me take a look at the shares outstanding. They're diluting the shareholder slightly, which is not a good sign. Hopefully they start buying back shares. Their earnings per share is in the positive at $6. Free cash flow also in the positive at $8.5 billion. Let me take a look at the total debt. Total debt is $12.3 billion. They were paying it down, but then now they started yeah, not good. Let me see their metrics real quick. Oh, look at this. I'm gonna show you this chart real quick. But you guys can see that the revenue by segment, you can see that it's growing. It's growing very well. Except freight. I think this is freight right here. It's going down. But other than that, if you guys see deliveries and mobility, it's growing very well. I use Uber whenever, if I need to order something and I don't want to drive or something like that, I usually use Uber Eats. I think this one is a good one. I think this one is a good pick. Let me know in the chat. What do you guys think about Uber? Let me see real quick. Who else? Let me see right here in the chat. Unboxing names. Right now, I'm just DCA my regular dividend stocks and saving money for the big dip. Money is going to be king maybe next year or 2027. That's very good. Right there. Isra is right there. Hi, guys. How you doing? Isra? The thrill. 5 years ago, I bought Apple and didn't buy any more shares because according to analysts, it was overpriced. Went from 120 to whatever price it is today. Yeah, thrill. It is right now like around $250, I think it is. Apple. So it's pretty good right now. Yeah, no, 260, 262. Look at it right here, $262. And after hours says 263. I kind of regret selling mine, too soon. Even though I only had like 1 point something shares. It wasn't that much. So I'm not missing much. That was only a few dollars. If I had like 100 shares, then I would be like, wow, I shouldn't have sold it. Maybe I should have held it. But Apple is a good company. It is a good company, honestly. I like it a lot. I like Apple a lot. Let me see. Music decorates time. Have you looked into APLD? I'm up 103%. Seems like there may be room to grow in the short term, or it could become a decent holder. Let's take a look. APLD. Let's take a quick look real quick. APLD. Let's take a look at it together. I had never seen this one. Applied Digital Corporation. $9.3 billion market cap. Strong buy, but there's a downside in the price target from here of 12% to $29. Let me see. It is up in the last month. 35.5%. Wow. Year to date is up 337%. Wow. Let me take a look at the financials real quick. Well, it's growing. $173 million right now, trailing 12 months. Let me see the operating income. Hold on. Let me just move on from that. And it is in the negative. Operating income, $61.9 million. Wow. Let me see the shares outstanding. It's growing. Yeah. So this is a company that is just starting to grow right now. So it might continue to grow. It might go down. You know, if there's an AI bubble, this will be one of the companies that might, you know, pop like pretty bad. But hopefully not. Hopefully it is a company that will be good. Yeah, free cash flow is in the negative. 997 million. Free cash flow per share, negative 4.3. Yeah. This one is just risky. That's all it is. A lot of debt. $700 million. Working capital. Let me see. Do they have anything else? Yeah, no. The forecast, the low $7, average 29, and high 43. What is this company about? Let me see real quick right here. Designs, develops, and operates digital infrastructure solutions to high-performance computing and artificial intelligence industries in North America. Yeah. Wow, that is pretty good. You just gotta really follow these companies right here. You really gotta follow them, you know, to see if they'll perform well in the future. All right, let me see. Guys, don't forget to hit the like button. Very important. 9 likes, and there's about 16 of you there in the chat. Let me see. Who else? Easy Street. I DCA in crypto and just have a debit order monthly for ETFs. Oh, from Easy Street. Okay, that's good. That's pretty good right there, you know. The thrill. Turning drip off is a good thing when using the cash for stocks that are on sale. Yeah, so that was my plan pretty much, Thrill and Tim. I pretty much wanted to turn off the drip so I can then go ahead and use it for other stocks, but it seems like my cash is just holding there. But you never know. Maybe later on I'll use it for something else. Yeah, I have a nice cash position in my dividend portfolio, honestly. Brainchild, what's up, Jay? Nice to see you there, Brainchild. Tim, what was the most recent dividend increase for Vici? Last year, it was about 4.25%. Let me see if it's here. Let me see if it's here. Let's take a look at the dividends real quick. Let me change the camera. Right here it says 4.17%. Yeah, the dividend just increased to 45 cents. It looks like 4.05%, you know. Dividend growth has been going down in Vici properties. But I like that it's a in percentage pretty much, but the dividend has been growing though. It just grew. Oh, I didn't even notice this. I didn't even see the news. Honestly, I didn't even get an alert that they just grew their dividend to 45 cents. I think I gotta change it in my. Let me see, or did I change it? Oh no, I did change it. I have it at 45 cents. So my estimated yearly dividends is $70. If you guys see right here for my position. But it was pretty much 4%, 4% dividend growth right there in Vici Properties. Yeah, and it's right now 45 cents. I think this one I really like. I like this company. I like Vici Properties. I like the triple net lease, for the rent. Analysts are calling this a buy. Price target $36. Nice. 5.77% dividend yield right now. So that's a 5% yield. I like it for the long term. Hopefully it does continue to grow as a company. I really like Vici Properties. It's one of my favorites. Let me see who else. Easy Street. For the situation country I'm in, it's harder to buy US single stocks than it is to buy crypto. That's why I do what I do. Oh, okay. So it's understandable. It's understandable if you buy more crypto than single stocks. What country are you on? If you can say it. Yeah, only if you can say it. Easy Street. Tim, I love Vici. Yeah, man, me too. I really like Vici Properties. Jeremy, AMD just opened at $261. Let me take a quick look. Let me see if I can see it right here. If not, I'll open up my Yahoo. Let me see. I'm going to have to open up Yahoo Financials. I think that one is a little bit, Yahoo Finance. This one is a little bit more up to date. Oh, yeah. Yeah, very nice. Let me show you guys real quick. Yeah, look at this. Who else other than Jeremy here holds AMD? It's $261. Another 3.21%. Anybody taking gains right here? That's pretty good. That's pretty good right there. What did they announce? Let me see. Recent AMD news. AMD has experienced a 58.6% surge in stock price over the past month, driven by developments in AI computing and quantum technology, with partnerships and promising earnings ahead. Analysts show optimism. Yeah. Wow, another 3%. So, it's up 57% in the last month. Now with another 3%, that's 60%. That is up in share price right now. That's looking good. 167%. Wow. Jeremy, that portfolio looking good right now. That portfolio definitely looking good. You're definitely happy about that. Tim, thanks for looking that up for me. Yep, you're welcome. I really like Vici Properties, so I also wanted to look for myself. I really like that company a lot. The thrill. I've been asking myself why I own SCHD. SCHD this year is not beating inflation. So I'm sure, a lot of people have been talking about that. I've seen that. Like, there's a lot of people talking negatively about SCHD. It's just, but they're talking about the share price appreciation, though. They're not talking about the dividend, though. Reason why I invest in SCHD is mostly for the dividend. I know that's why it's in my dividend portfolio. My dividend portfolio is mostly for dividend. That I want to use in the future, right? So the way I look at SCHD is this, right? So let me show you. This is what people look at. People look at the share price. Okay, it's at $27. Last month is flat, negative 1%. Year to date is negative 1%. Last year is down 4.4%. And then in the last 5 years, it's only up 38%, but when you take a look at this, and let me see. Oh, over here it doesn't have like a good year over year. But you can see right here the dividend growth. When others are not growing, SCHD is growing. Let me see. No, I think I got to take a look at another one to make my point. But in March, it grew 22%, you know. And then let me see. Maybe I could do the year over year. Let me see if I can look up another website. Let me just take a look right here. Let me see if because I never look into the dividend history right here in Yahoo. No. What I really like is the dividend growth, honestly. Where was it? Which website was it that I looked at before? Man, where I will compare the SCHD. Maybe it was in Stock Analysis. Hold on, the ETF comparison tool. I think it was this one. Let me see. Yeah, so this is what I look at. This is what I like to look at. In the last 10 years, right? The dividend growth. Look at this. 169%. You can see right there. Let me see. Dividend growth year over year. This is by quarter. I can't change it to yearly. Let me see. But that's what I really liked about it. I really like the dividend growth. Yeah, right here. The dividend growth. 169% from pretty much 10 years ago. That's very, very good dividend growth right there. And especially if you bought it. Let me see the share price, stock price where it was at 10 years ago. It was like at $12. All right, so that's after the share price split, but $12, $13, right? So you still get some nice share price appreciation over the long term, but the dividend growth is great. The dividend growth is great. 100 and something percent, 169.6% in the last 10 years. Let's see the max. Look at the dividend growth in max. 360%. Wow. Since inception, which it was in 2012. That's very, very good dividend growth right there. Honestly. That's why I invest in SCHD. I invest in SCHD for the dividend for the future. So it can pay off some of my bills without me having to sell it any position. I don't want in the future to have to sell my positions so I can then pay for my bills, my medicines, or anything like that. Hospital bills. I know I'm gonna be a lot older. No, I want to kind of like keep my money pretty much, keep my wealth and just live off the dividends that I can, right? And then just pass it down to my kids. Can you imagine me passing down my SCHD position to my kids? How much in dividend they're going to be getting? Yeah, this is what I really like about SCHD. I like the dividend growth, Let me see. They even have total returns, total returns. Let me see, 27 total return percent. Yeah, you see, in the last 10 years, let me see. Since inception, total returns 404%. And that was in 2012. Since inception, 404%. And then in the last 10 years, 187%. So yeah, share price appreciation, not that much, but the dividend is great. That's what I really like about it. That's what I really like about it. All right, let me see who else is there. Let me see where I'm at. I forgot where I was at. Tim, how about FNF? Okay, let me take a look. FNF by Tim. Let me see who is this. FNF. Fidelity National Financial. Let's take a look. That's Fidelity right there. $57. $57 right now. Market cap $15.5 billion. PE ratios are 14.5 and forward PE 9.6. So some undervaluation right there. Dividend 3.5% right now. Strong buy. Share price target is at $71. So it's an upside from here of 24%. So that looks good. Let's take a look. Oh, actually, before I take a look at the financials, in the last month is down 3.5%. Year to date is up 1.75%. 1 year is down 4.75%. And then in the last 5 years, is up 80.34%. Very good. Let's take a quick look at the financials. Let's see. The revenue is growing as of lately. Let me see policy benefits. This is an insurance company, right? I think that's what he said. Operating income is kind of, down 1.75 billion. Let me see the shares outstanding. They're buying back shares, so that's a good sign right there. I like that. I like when they're buying back shares. He helps with the share price growth. Earnings per share is at $3.97 right now, so it's slightly up from 2023. Free cash flow is growing, $6.73 billion, so that's good. Let me see, the free cash flow per share is growing too, 24.6, very good. Balance sheet, let me see the total debt, $4.78 billion in debt. How do they use debt? That would be something that I would like to look into. Let me see. Dividend yield is at 3.5%. Payout ratio is 50%. So pretty safe right there. They have grown their dividend for 13 years. So that's pretty good. Dividend growth 4.17%. It looks like they're due for a dividend increase. They grow it every year. So it looks like in the fourth quarter. So right now in December, they should be due for a dividend increase. Let me see. Dividend growth is pretty small. It's in the 4% right now. 6%. 22% in 2021, 2022. Wow. They have consistently been growing the dividends though. The past couple of years. So that's good. Yeah, this one looks pretty good. This one looks pretty good. I will have to get a little bit more familiar with it though. Together with its subsidiaries, provides insurance products in the United States. The company operates through Title and F&G and corporate, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so this is like an insurance company. Yeah. All right, let's take a look. Who else is there? Bringer of dividends. Oil is hurting SHD, so is V and LMT. Very good point right there. Libran collects. I'm doing a 4 ETF portfolio. VOO, VB, VXUS, and SCHD. 15% in SCHD. Okay, that's pretty good portfolio right there. What's VXUS? Let me see real quick. It's the Vanguard Total International Stock ETF, VXUS. So that's pretty good. It has a 0.05% expense ratio. Year to date is up 27%. Last year is 20%. Last 5 years is up 39.6%. I think a lot of the companies are gonna have been coming up, growing pretty good. Let me see. ASML, very, very popular ASML. Alibaba, I think, who was it? Jeremy was mentioning it a lot. Taiwan Semiconductor. Let me see. Nestle, Samsung, Royal Bank of Canada. I think that's a popular one too. Toyota, Novo Nordisk. This is another popular one. Shopify Inc. I didn't know this one was in an international stock. Shopify. Very interesting. I didn't know that. Yeah, so that's a lot of nice holdings right there. Dividend, 2.72%. So this one, are you holding it in your in like a retirement portfolio or your regular taxable portfolio? Let me know there in the chat. All right, let me see the thrill. VYM versus SCHD. Yeah, so one reason why I sold SCHD, hold on, I'll show you right now. Let me show you real quick. Thrill. So when you take a look at the total return percentage, right? SCHD is slightly beating it. SCHD is in orange right here, so it's 187%, and VYM is 183.5%, so slightly beating it in total return. I think in share price, VYM is at 108% and SCHD is at 106% in the last 10 years, though. I'm just doing the last 10 years. Let me see the total return stock price. The stock price, has been pretty low. Yeah, it's at $27, so this is not a good comparison. But when you take a look at the dividend growth, this is the reason why I sold my VYM and put it on in SCHD. Look at the dividend growth in the last 10 years. 66.6% for VYM, 169% from SCHD. This is why I sold my VYM and put it into SCHD. I know total returns are important, but for me, based on my strategy, and I might be wrong though, but based on my strategy and my plan for the dividend portfolio, that's why I like SCHD more, because of that dividend growth. You can see it right there. It's right here. The chart is right here showing it. Yeah, the dividends, you can't compare this because the share price in VYM is higher, so the dividend is higher. But you gotta accumulate more shares, of course, but the growth, this is what I like. What do you think about that? let me know. Let me know in the chat. What's your... It all depends on your, on your strategy with SCHD. If you're buying it for the share price growth, I'd rather just get VGT. If you're looking for share price growth on an ETF, I would rather just get SCHG, VGT. I think those two are good. Let me do this real quick. If you do VGT, right, and the SCHG, look at VGT total return. 669% in the last 10 years. SCHG, 423%. But look, you see, this is the share price. Share price in percentage. You guys can see in the last 10 years, pretty much. VGT is up 598% and SCHG up 386%. This is what if you're looking for share price appreciation, that's what would be good. You see the dividend growth, 47%, 42%. That's it. Not much in the last 10 years. That's because these ETFs are not focused on dividend growth. These ETFs are focused on the share price appreciation. Just it all depends on your strategy with it. That's what I always say. You just gotta invest in the ETF that best fits your plan, that best fits your strategy, your portfolio. That's why I have, for example, SCHD in my dividend portfolio, and I have VGT in my growth portfolio. Because my growth portfolio, I have it so I can sell my positions like later on in the future. I'm mainly focusing in positions there that are gonna appreciate in share price, not in dividend. The dividends that I get in there, I just leave it in cash and then I'll just invest it into any position. But if you're looking for share price appreciation, I would rather just do this. I would rather just do VGT. When my kids grow up, I'm putting them into VGT right away. This is what I want them to do. Yeah, I gotta look into my kids. I gotta look into accounts for them, because I should start like at least a small account for them. Maybe with like $1,000 or something in the future. Or some money in the future, that I could just put into their account and then, just let them see the compounding once they hit 18. But VGT and SCHG are two ETFs that I really, really like for them. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know your opinion. Let me know your opinion in there. Thrilled and everybody else. Lightbrain collects regular inherit a lot of money and just toss it in. Tim, any of the 5 major Canadian banks are put your money in, turn the drip on and wait. Crazy dividend growth and decent share price growth. Very, very nice. Yeah, that's very, very true. From what I've seen, a few Canadian banks. Jeremy, yeah, I was buying TSM on the 150. Happy with that position. I was also buying ASML at $700 and under. Both are going to be major compounders in the future. Yeah, ASML, Jeremy, it looks good. Let me take a look right now. You bought it in the 700s. Yeah, you were buying it, I think, right here, right? You mentioned that in August. Let me show you guys right here. I think you were buying it right here, right? Like in August, somewhere around here, September. I think it was July, August. I think this is where you were buying it. It was a little bit popular out there. And then now it's at $1,000. That's very, very nice right there. So pretty much, yeah. So pretty much you're already up like 40%, 40 something percent. PE ratio 36, 4 PE 35. Yeah, financials. Yep, they're growing their financials, which it looks good. $32.2 billion. Yeah. I saw Joseph Carlson's videos on this, so he talks about it a lot. So yeah, it looks good. Looks good. Definitely a good buy right there, for sure. Unboxing NAMs or just get both VYM and SCHD. So unboxing NAMs, that's what I had before. I had VYM and SCHD, and then I just decided to go with one, so I could grow it faster. I could grow it much larger. That's why I'm really considering also continue to consolidate my portfolio and have less holdings, because I want to have less but larger holdings. So my next sales are gonna be Kenvue, Pfizer, and then when I see an opportunity, it's gonna be Bank of America. Even though I have some very nice gains in there, but I don't want to hold it long term. I don't want to hold Bank of America. So, yeah, I'm gonna consolidate my portfolio a little bit more. Even though I like getting paid for more positions, my dividends, but I want to consolidate so I can make them larger. My positions. That's I don't know if it makes sense what I'm saying, but I just want my positions to be larger, especially Procter & Gamble, Johnson & Johnson, Vici Properties, Main Street Capital O. That's why I'm really considering Tim's idea on turning on the drip in some of my positions. I really should, honestly. Easy Street. I personally don't like dividend that much. I much prefer capital growth because of my age. Yeah. It all depends on your strategy. It all depends on your strategy, your age. Everything. Just I think some people are gonna like dividend growth. Some people are gonna like share price appreciation. It all depends. We are all in our own journey, right? So we're not all gonna be we're not all going to be investing the same, pretty much. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, very, very good point right there. The thrill. Yes, I went from dividend to growth for the next 5 years, then go back into dividend. Yeah, that's also okay. Whatever fits your strategy, your portfolio, just do what is best. Just make sure that you're investing in good companies, and don't jump into the hot thing just because it's hot right now. Just really do your research so you don't get burned in the end. All right, let me see who else is in there. Don't forget to hit the like button, guys. Very important. There's about 18 of you guys. I've been averaging more and more people in the past couple of live streams, which is awesome. And even though I'm having technical difficulties today, there's still a lot of people here, which I really, really appreciate it, man. You know, I really, really appreciate it. The thrill, yes, I win. Music decorates time. My portfolio is about 45% VGT, 45% VOO, and VTI, and 10% in crypto and risky stocks. I like your portfolio. Music decorates time. Or music. I'm just gonna call you music. I like your portfolio. You know, I like your portfolio. Yeah, yeah. 45% VGT, 45% VOO. You know, depending on your time horizon, you know, I think that would be good. That would be good for sure. Oh man, let me see the thrill. Do you have 529 for the kids? It worked for me. Paid for two kids, one Rutgers and the other one still in school. Yeah, so that's something that I gotta take a look at. I don't have 529 for them, but I do have to look into it a little bit more. I really do. I've been procrastinating about it, you know, which is not good. I shouldn't be procrastinating, honestly. The thrill unboxing. I own both, but buying VYM. Okay, all right. Unboxing names. I only have 4 dividend stocks. I want to grow them too before I get into other stocks. Yeah, that is something that I should have done. Unboxing names, to be honest with you. I should have grown some of my positions more before I added more positions. And right now is when I'm like, yeah, I should have done that. I should have done that. That's why I'm gonna try to consolidate my portfolio a little bit more, you know, and see if it can help me grow some of my other positions, you know. But yeah, that's a very good plan right there. All right, let me see. Jeremy, I started buying ASML in November of last year, sitting on 10 shares with a $625 cost average, up about 65%. TSM up 94%. Very nice, Jeremy. Very nice gains right there on ASML. Wow. Wow. $625 cost average. That's very good. Very, very good, Jeremy. Very, very good. Dan, hi Jay. Love the channel. Stocks are about to go up on Monday because of the China news. What are the China news? I think I'm behind on that. I didn't even take a look at X today, honestly. I didn't have a chance. I was doing some stuff to the cars. Let me see. Let me see what are the China news. US China talks sketch out rare earths. What are the China news that you guys are talking about? US and China agree to a trade deal. Is that the one that you guys are talking about? Trump's Asia trip. US and China agree to framework of a trade deal. Let me see. The US has reached a framework agreement with China to avoid imposing an additional 100% tariff on China imports. Oh, very good. Also, the market is bullish right now. Let me see. Let me see SPY. Oof. Yeah, it is up. SPY is up 0.69%. Nasdaq. Let me take a look at the Nasdaq QQQ. Yep, 0.90%. Yeah, market is up. Market is up. Wow. And I gotta buy some Google tomorrow. How about Bitcoin? Is Bitcoin up? I kind of wanted to buy some Bitcoin tomorrow. Some IBIT. BTC. That's the one. Bitcoin is at 114,000 right now. So up 2.81% in the last day. Yeah, it's going up. It was at 111,000. Yeah, it's growing. It's growing right there. So let me see my IBIT where it is after hours. Let me see. Woof. IBIT is up 3.93%. The volatility, man. The volatility. Wow. The volatility. I wanted to buy another share. Should I wait a little bit to buy shares on iBit? Let me just X that out real quick. Wow. $65 already. My position is at, let me see my cost real quick. My cost is $63.85. That's my cost. So I'm going to be up in my position already. You know, so I don't know if, maybe I'll hold. Bitcoin is very volatile, so I might hold to buy later in the week. I don't know. Let me know. What do you guys think? Are you guys buying any Bitcoin? That's weird, right? To start, talking about that Bitcoin right now. Let me see the thrill. Jeremy is the boss. Yeah, Jeremy. Jeremy have some very nice positions. Jeremy has some very nice positions, I always read his comments. I always read Jeremy's comments. Have some very good insight, very good information, he has very good opinions. Jeremy always have very good opinions. I think that's one of the reasons why I created this channel, so I can have people to talk to about stocks, because you don't know everything, right? You wish you know everything, but you don't really know everything. And sometimes somebody can see some news that you didn't see. Like today, I haven't looked at anything, any social media today. I only recorded the video earlier today. Now I'm streaming, but throughout the day, I had things to do, so I wasn't able to look at any news or nothing. And now I'm seeing here in the chat, about some news, so which is great. That's why I like to do the live stream too. Hakuna Matata. The thrill must be some rare earth minerals. Jeremy West. Yes, stocks and crypto are raging already. Yeah, Jeremy, I saw that. Dan, yes, they have a deal in the framework of the tariffs. Yeah. Okay, so very good. Yeah. So that's pretty good news right there too. Frank, hey Jay, happy Sunday, Frank. Nice to see you there. How is VYM doing since you sold? Since I sold? I don't know. When did I sell? I gotta open up another screen. Hold on. Let me open up another screen real quick. I have it right here. Let me see. Let me see if I have it right here. Yes. So this is, to anybody that is new to my channel, or to the channel, this is when I sold VYM. I sold it by shares, right? I had like 15 shares I had before I sold it. With those 15 shares I sold, I bought 70.5 shares of SCHD. You guys can see it right here. Hold on, let me zoom it in a little bit more. So 70.5 shares. Estimated yearly dividends for these 15 shares was $59.20, right? Estimated yearly dividends after that, $70. So I was able to add another $11 pretty much from my sale of VYM and put it into SHD. $11 to yearly dividends. So I sold it at the beginning of the year pretty much. So let's see the year to date. Let's take a quick look. Year to date. So year to date is up 11%. Total return is right here. 13.15% total return. From, hold on, why does it say ASML? Should say VYM. But yeah, 13.15% from VYM. Yeah, I didn't miss much. I'm okay. I think I'm happy. I'm happy that I was able to get, a couple more dollars in estimated yearly dividends. I think even the dividend, they haven't even grown it by that much. Let me see. Here in March, all these ETFs grew their dividend a lot. 29.6, but in the last two, you can see right here, negative 15.82% year over year, and then negative 1.1% in the last 2 quarters. You guys can see right here. Yeah, which is not good. I was investing in this for the dividend. So then I put all of that money into SCHD better. Put it to work on that dividend. All right. iBit. Jeremy, iBit is at $65. Yeah. Yeah, very nice. I gotta see if I can buy some more. um, Let me see. Easy Street. Have you looked at the site Coin Market Cap? You can sell all crypto there. Yeah. So Easy Street. I did take a look at it, and I went with iBit ETF. I don't know. You've probably missed my video on when I added my iBit ETF. When I was doing my research, I saw that I needed to open up, like, if I wanted to invest right into Bitcoin, I had to open up like a coin wallet or something, for our crypto wallet or something like that to be able to invest. So that's why I was like, you know what? Let me just make it simple. Let me just keep it simple. I don't want to open up another account anywhere, even in Fidelity, because in Fidelity you can open it up too. I was like, nah, you know what? I just keep it in my growth portfolio, and I'll just invest in either iBit or the Fidelity's Bitcoin ETF. I forgot which one it was. I forgot the ticker symbol already because I'm already into iBit. so, so I was like, you know what? Let me just go into the Bitcoin ETF. And I know it has an expense ratio. I'll pay it, and I'll see. I'm gonna ride the wave and see how it goes. Tim, does everyone know about Average Joe dividends? I picture Jay being this guy in 10 years. Average Joe dividends. I gotta take a look. I think I've seen his videos. Now that you say that, Tim. Now that you say that, I think I've seen his videos. I think I have. Jeremy, BTC is in consolidation mode between 105 and 125,000. When it dips below 107,000, I start adding iBit until it goes back above. I will continue to do that until the next big move. Okay, that's a very good strategy right there, Jeremy. Then I wait for consolidation support and repeat the process. Very good. Very good right there. Music. What is the benefit of a Bitcoin ETF versus just buying Bitcoin? I was going to buy more if it got back around 108, 107,000, but it's been rising since, and at least midday yesterday. Yeah, so music. So me myself, if you're asking about me myself, I just explained it. That the reason why I just didn't want to open a wallet. I want to go through it. I want to see the volatility. I want to feel it. I want to, get used to it before I invest into any crypto coins themselves. Maybe in the future I will open up one. You never know. That will be, one of the live streams. Maybe we'll talk about crypto only, in the middle of the week or something like that. In the future, you never know. But I just wanted to test the water. So that's why I went into a Bitcoin ETF. Didn't have to open up an account. I could with just the ones that I have. So just didn't want to have another account, with me. So, but, let's see how it goes, right? Brainchild, we have a 529 for our daughter's college. I guess there is a thing called a custodial account too. It's more like a brokerage account that you are used to. Yeah, a custodial account. That would be good too. I think, who do I follow that have custodial accounts? There's one of the YouTubers that I follow that have custodial accounts. I gotta see who. I gotta remember who it is. But yeah, that's a very, very good point right there too, Brainchild. Frank, I think VIG is a better comparison to SCHD than VYM. I still hold all three. Yeah, VIG, that's from Vanguard also. That's like a DGRO, no? That's like a DGRO. Yeah, Vanguard Dividend Appreciation ETF, VIG. You want to do the comparison, I guess? I can do the comparison. Expense ratio is at 0.05%, which is good. Dividend yield is only 1.62%. SCHD dividend yield is like 3.3%. 3.8, I think it is right now. Let me see the holdings. Yeah, a lot of tech. 26.4. Broadcom, Microsoft, JP Morgan Chase, Apple, Eli Lilly, Visa, ExxonMobil, MasterCard, Oracle, Walmart, sorry. Johnson & Johnson, Costco, AbbVie, the Home Depot, Procter & Gamble, Bank of America. A lot of good companies. Caterpillar is one I was looking at recently also. Let's see the dividends real quick. Dividend growth 3.81%. Yeah, in March, all the dividend companies or dividend paying ETFs grew a lot in March. You see 21.9%. Very good growth right there. Let's do an ETF comparison tool. Let's do that. Let's see the total returns. VIG definitely beating SHD because of the share price appreciation. 235% in the last 10 years compared to 187% from SHD. Nah, the dividend growth, look at this. I still beating it. 96% from VIG in the last 10 years to 169% from SCHD in the last 10 years. This is what I like about it. That's what I like about it, you know. Is there another one that you guys can want to have me compare, you know, in dividend growth? This is why I invest in SCHD, you know. Not the share price appreciation. That's why I have VGT. I have, what else do I have? Hold on. Oh my gosh, I haven't even shown you guys. But look at this. I forgot to switch the camera. But yeah, look at this. You know, 169% to 96.9% in dividend growth. You see, compared to VIG is in blue and SHD is in orange. Yeah. When you do the total returns with the share price, hold on, this is not it. Yeah, so VIG is beating it. But I don't want to sell my shares of SCHD. That's my point right there. I don't want to sell them. I want to collect the dividend. You know, I want to have enough dividends to maybe make some car payments for me in the future. Like that, I don't need to, you know, make any car payments. I can just get it from my dividends. Or pay some things for me, you know? Yeah, you know, this is what I go for. This right here. Let me know any ETFs that you want to compare to that you think is gonna maybe beat SCHD. Let me know there in the chat. Let me know there. Let me see. Easy Street. I see that's fair. I must have missed the video from Easy Street. Yeah, that's my thing. Let me see what else. The Thrill. SCHD versus JEPI. The Thrill. Let's see. Let's take a look. Hold on. Let me switch. Right here. Let's put JEPI. Let's add JEPI in here. Dividend growth. You guys see it right there, right? Dividend growth. Let's see. So JEPI is not... yeah, it just started in... so it's unfair. 2020. So 82%. You know, oh no, this is total return. Sorry, dividend growth. Oh, negative 2%. Hold on, let me do the last 5 years. So in the last 5 years, SCHD have grown their dividend 63.8%. JEPI only 2%. JEPI is a cover call ETF, so you know. Let me see total return percentage. In the last 5 years, JEPI 65.4%. Very nice total return from JEPI. I thought it would be lower, to be honest with you. But you can see total return from VIG 84%. So that's pretty good right there. I don't know, but I need one that can beat the dividend growth. I need one that can do more than 169%. One ETF. Let me know in the chat. I really want to know. I really, really want to know. All right, let me see. Dan, you should look into SoFi. They have an earning call this Tuesday. You know, SoFi. Let me take a look at SoFi until you guys bring me or send me some ETFs that can be SCHD and dividend growth. I'm waiting. It's only 8:54. Pretty soon it's gonna be bedtime for me. So, I'm just waiting. SoFi. So yeah, $29. We looked into this one last week. It's a fintech company, online banking. PE ratio right now is at 59.2. Forward PE 66. Price target is down from here, 26.5% to $21. Wow. Year to date, it's up 88.3. 1 year in the last year, 178%. Last 5 years, it's only up 163. But last year is up 178. Wow, very nice. Any of you guys bought under $10? Let me see. The revenue is growing, which is good. $3 billion right there. You see the operating income is slightly up, so it's growing also. Shares outstanding, they are diluting the shareholders. This is something I didn't like, but they're trying to grow the dividend, the company, so I'm sure they're investing back all of that money. Free cash flow is still in the negative, $3 billion. Wow. I don't know. Yeah, free cash flow per share is also negative. Let's take a look. Total debt, yeah, $4 billion. This is a lending company, online bank, pretty much. So they're gonna have a lot of debt. I think it's a lot of debt being issued out there. Let me see. Technology platform is growing. They're lending. You see, $1.7 billion. So it's growing. Financial services is at 1.2 billion. Yeah, a lot of lending. That's why they have a lot of debt. I don't know. I'm okay with missing the boat on that one. All right. Let me see who else. Tim, I bought a car for $15,000 from my dividends 2 months before I retired. You see? Somebody there giving an example. You know, that's why I want my dividends. That's why I'm investing in dividend stocks. You know, buying a car for $15,000 with dividends. That's definitely good. That's a good sign right there. Brainchild, what did you do to the cars today? I did brakes, rotors, bearings, and calipers on the Altima today. Oh, very nice work, Brainchild. That had to take a while. You know, doing the brakes, rotors. So what I did today, I forgot to go buy the oil for my truck. So I didn't do my truck, the oil change, but I did the family SUV. I did the oil change, which is the Honda that I finished paying off earlier this year. I did the oil change today, and I was checking the filters and all that just to see if they needed to be changed. Air filter, cabin air filter, just to make sure. So I do need to order cabin air filter. I gotta order one. So I'm gonna order one from Amazon, of course, my favorite company. So I'm gonna order a cabin air filter from Amazon. Then she took the car with the kids. So then I put my truck in the driveway and I changed my shocks. You know, so I changed that. And I forgot to buy my oil for my truck. I should have bought it on Friday so I could do it today real quick, but I didn't. So I went this afternoon and bought it right before I started the stream. So I went ahead and bought my oil. I have it there. So I'm most likely gonna change it probably on Friday or next Sunday. That's when I'm gonna do it. But that was my day today. And I wanted to clean my cars, but my day went by so fast, and I thought my shocks would be a little bit faster, like I would do it a little bit faster, but somehow took me a little while longer. There was some rust in the on the threads, so yeah, but it took me a little bit longer, but I was able to get it done though. That's very nice work, Brainchild, for sure. Brakes, rotors, bearings, and calipers, very nice. You're gonna have some nice brakes right now. All right, music. I sold my VYM this year. The plan was to buy SCHD, but I ended up buying VGT because YOLO, I guess. That's a very good choice, music. For sure. For sure, that's a very good choice. To me, in my opinion, you couldn't have gone wrong with either one, but going with VGT at the beginning of the year, or this year, anytime this year, yeah, definitely. I like VGT. I think VGT is going to be an ETF to hold 15, 20 years. I think it's going to be great, Tech ETF with all the big tech names. I really like it a lot. And the expense ratio is low. I really like it. All right, the Thrill SCHD is the dividend growth king. Yeah, that's why I invest in it. I told you guys, and I'm sorry I keep on repeating myself, but that's really why I invest in it. I don't invest in it for the share price appreciation. That's why I buy it every week. And I'm okay for the share price to not be performing well right now. You know why I'm okay? Because I'm accumulating shares at a cheaper price, which is great. If it can stay under $30 for the next couple of years, I will be okay with that because I'm planning on buying, and I gotta buy a little bit heavier, either next month or the month after. So I gotta see what I'm gonna do. That is gonna have to be my Christmas present. It's gonna have to be like getting to 350 shares of SCHD. So I'm okay with the share price to be low, to continue to stay at $27, under $27. I'm okay with that, because I'm gonna continue to accumulate shares of SCHD, and that's definitely my Christmas present. All right, the Thrill, buying more SoFi if it goes under $25. That's good. That's nice. Jeremy, holy smokes, SoFi, it's sitting over $30 right now. I kind of expect it to drop a little after earnings. Probably add on the pullback. Okay, that's very good strategy right there, Jeremy. I don't know much about SoFi, so I can't, give you my opinion, but, looking good. Tim, Honda Civic 2013 with 60K kilometers. That's 50K miles. Very good deal right there, Tim. Honda Civic 2013. That's a nice model too. I like that model. I like the 2013 model. And, it's going to last you. You do your oil changes. Do the transmission oil change when it needs it. And I always tell everybody, like around me, that when you do a transmission oil change, you must use original transmission fluid. Don't use the aftermarket from a Benz or anywhere else. You gotta use the original one. You gotta use the Honda one, or if it's Nissan, you gotta use the Nissan one. Very important. A lot of people don't do transmission oil changes, and it's very important. But that Honda Civic can definitely last you, easy 250,000 miles. Easy 250,000 miles. And the gas mileage on it too, 4-cylinder. You change the spark plugs, put some good ones. NGK. I always use NGK for my cars. For every car, actually. Even for my GMC, I use NGK. But for the Honda Pilot, I use NGK all day. NGK. And I use the Honda oil filters too. I buy them online from a from a dealer. But yeah. All right. Brainchild, that's amazing, Tim. Yeah, no. I like it. I want to give me a Honda Civic, just so you know, or a Honda Accord. I was looking at Honda Accord later on. I kind of want to save up some money on gas. My GMC kind of like swallows a lot of gas. I like it because I get to put the kids' bikes in there, and I like to, whenever we go anywhere, it's good. Or whenever I need to do certain things, it's good. But yeah, I think I want to change to a Honda Accord. Tim, SoFi is the Bank of America military from what I've been told. Those in service love it. That's very good. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Isra, I'm holding JEPI 60 shares and SCHD 100 shares. My favorite combo. That's pretty good right there. That's pretty good. Cover call ETF. I might add one in the future. I might add a cover call ETF in the future. That's what I'm thinking about. Not in a rush just yet. There's JEPQ, there's SPY, which I have in my watch list. I know some of you have mentioned QQQI and other ones, JEPI. But the two that I have right now on my watch list is JEPQ and SPY for the future. Or maybe I'll learn how to do cover calls or options or puts myself, you know what I mean? But that will be later on in the future when the portfolio reaches 100,000. I know, I just got to 30,000 and I'm so happy, with my portfolio. I don't know, man. One thing I really wanted to talk about, guys, and I don't know if this happens to you, but how did investing change your life? Isn't it crazy that, you have like a portfolio, right? And you have the money to buy many things, and you don't buy them, and maybe people around you brag to you like about their stuff, like, and you're like, okay, like, okay, and so what? You're bragging to me about something that I could just buy me 10 of them, Like, I don't know, like people around me sometimes are bragging about the iPhone 17. And I'm like, I have my iPhone, 13 all cracked because it is cracked. iPhone 13 Pro. And yeah, could I buy me some iPhones with my high yield savings account? Yeah, of course. I could buy me one right now. I could order one right now, right? And I'm sure a lot of you, say the same, right? But I don't. I don't know. Investing has changed my life so much that it's just crazy. Debt, whatever I have in the credit cards right now, which is what I have spent this week, Costco and all that. I'm pretty much going to be paying it off now this Thursday, Friday, because I get paid for my second job. Plus I got the check from this week, plus the check from next Friday. And I'm just going to pay it all off. And I have zero debt. I only have debt for like a week and a half, 2 weeks, pretty much. That's all I have debt for. And investing really helped me out a lot. That might be a good topic, maybe a good video, maybe on next live stream. But, it has changed my life a lot, Got a $30,000 portfolio, Could I sell that whole $30,000 portfolio and buy me whatever I want? Yeah, of course I can, but I choose not to. I'd rather just, have the money there and invest and continue. But, sometimes, have you guys gone through that where somebody's bragging to you about something and you just stay quiet and be like, okay, like, have that ever happened to you guys? Let me know in the chat, because it has happened to me a couple times and I'm like, okay. I don't know. Let me see who else is there. Unboxing them. I buy 5 shares of SCHD every month. Oh, very nice. Very, very nice. I buy 4. But, sometimes I do buy a little bit more. But that's very good unboxing them. The Thrill Honda Odyssey 2006 beat up LOL 130K original owner. Ooh, very nice, Thrill. Very nice. And it will last you, if you continue to take care of it, it will last you another 100K, easy. Easy Street. I've been saving over 50% of my income since 18 and investing it while living with my parents. I'm 22 now. Ooh, that's very good, Easy Street. You have a great opportunity. Great opportunity. Past couple of years investing 50% of your income and still living with your parents. Oh my gosh. When you hit 30, you're gonna have very nice portfolio right there. Yeah, yeah, definitely take advantage of that. Easy Street, definitely. Tim, young people seem to get on board on investing with all these platforms. Yeah, that's very good. That's very good right there. Yeah, yeah, very good point, Tim. Music, investing helped me a lot. Now I get the same rush buying a stock ETF as I used to shopping on Amazon. Similar to me. Similar to me. I like, you know, I do feel pretty good actually. And I know I could do a hands off approach. This is the point that I wanted to get to. I know I could do a hands off approach and make it very automatic, but I like buying my stocks. I like buying them. I like sitting down. I sometimes sit down right here on my computer. Sometimes I do them from my phone while I'm in the couch. And I just go ahead, make the deposit. Okay, let me buy this one. Let me buy this one. $10, $50. Bam, bam, bam. And I enjoy it. It kind of gives me, I guess that's like my dopamine rush. Buying the stocks. That is something that I enjoy doing. And I know I could do it more automatic, but I really enjoy buying the stocks myself, honestly. Brendan, I'm pretty high risk with NEO shares, but it is finally making a run. NEO. Hey, Brendan, nice to see you there in the chat. I don't think I say hi to you. Let me see, NEO Inc. Let's take a quick look. This is one of those speculative stocks, it looks like, probably. Develops, manufactures, and sells smart electric vehicles in China. Oh, yeah, the NEO company. The car company. $17 billion. Let me see. This one is international, right? I think it is. Year to date is up 58.2%. Last year is up 32.9%. Ooh, this is bad. Down 74.5% in the last 5 years. And max since inception, which was in 2018, it looks like, maybe, it's only up 15%. I think this is one, just gotta be careful with it. Just gotta be careful with it. Especially consumer discretionary, auto, yeah. But, it all depends on your risk. All right. Let me see. Hopefully for next live stream, I can fix the chat situation. Ah, man. It was such a bummer. But I should have taken a look before I started this. The Thrill. Tim telling the Thrill, great investment on the Honda. Yeah, definitely. Honda Odyssey. Very good space. The Honda Odyssey, if I'm not mistaken, have the same engine as... is it the Honda Accord and CR-V? I think it has. I think it is. Or is it the Honda Pilot? I forgot which engine it has. But yeah, similar to another one of those models. All right. The Thrill, love how transparent you keep it. Yeah, I got to keep it transparent, yeah. I'm not... it's like my portfolio. I don't go ahead and exaggerate, numbers. I show you my purchases. I don't go ahead and tell you, oh, I bought $50,000 of this stock and and I only have a portfolio of 30,000. I try to be transparent. I think that's something that has helped me grow the channel over this time, and probably Jeremy, Legendary, they can tell you they've been watching for some time already. I don't know how long you have been with the channel, but Thrill, but pretty much, since the beginning, I started my portfolio very small, and I've just been sharing everything, along the journey, and my purchases and everything. Sometimes I have about $5, which is where my saying of buying a cup of coffee, came up, and it was pretty much I went. Who was it? It was like a Starbucks coffee. I didn't buy it for myself. I bought it for for the lady of the house, and pretty much it cost like $5. No, I think she bought it, and it was like $5, something like that. And that's where it came up, where I'm like, you know what? Instead of buying a cup of coffee, rather just put it into one of my stocks, and that's when I started doing it. I'm sorry, I kind of lost my train of thought, but I was really thinking where it came from. But I know it was something with Starbucks. Easy Street, I know it's an amazing opportunity to invest so much early. Yeah, definitely. Take advantage of that. Before I even started Easy Street, I had debt. I had, what was it, like $9,000 in credit card debt, and I paid it off. And, it was pretty much watching videos on YouTube, to be honest with you. YouTube was the one that helped me do this. Being honest, being very, very honest, watching guys like Ryan Williams, Joseph Carlson, the Dividend Diplomats, Gen X, also, who else? Man, so many that I watch, that help me out, with investing pretty much. The thrill, Easy Street, nice. My son is doing the same. He's in college and work. He doesn't care much about stocks, but he listens and buys VOO, SCHG, SCHD every week. Oh, very nice portfolio right there, Thrill, for your son. Definitely. That's definitely a good portfolio right there. Tim, I guess such a thrill buying $300 worth of whatever I want every Thursday. That's very good right there, Tim. Brendan, yes, very high risk in Chinese stocks, so it's very volatile. Still focus on only SCHD shares through the end of the year. Nice right there, Brendan. Unboxing names. Can you take a look at Lucid? I'm thinking on doing a swing trade on Lucid. What's the ticker symbol? Let me see if I can. Maybe I can type it right here real quick and take a look. Oh, yeah. LCID. Lucid Group. It's at $18 right now. This is another electric car company, right? Technology company. EV vehicles, yeah. Founded in 2007. $5.68 billion market cap. Let me see. Down 16.9% in the last month. Year to date is down 38%. In the last year, down 25%. And in the last 5 years, is down 80%. Their revenue is growing, but it's only at $928 million. Their operating income is negative. That's not a good sign. Diluting shareholder, not a good sign. By a lot. Their earnings per share is still in the negative. Free cash flow is still in the negative. Maybe if their earnings per share come up in the earnings call, like in the positive slightly, probably a lot of people will try to invest in it, but that's not a good sign yet, though. Let me see how much debt they have. They gotta have, $2.74 billion in debt. They're just investing in the company a lot. Are their cars good? I don't know what this is. Revenue per vehicle, gross profit per vehicle, net profit per vehicle. Yeah, it looks like there's more profit in the negative than in the positive for this. So definitely no dividends. I don't know, man. I don't know. Don't you like better, don't you like better Amazon? Or even Melly? Melly look much better. Let me see. Who else can take a look? Pokemon Unite. Glad I could make the live. Just hit 350 shares of SCHD. Oh, nice, Pokemon. You know what I gotta work on? I gotta work on my SCHD spreadsheet, guys. I really do. I've been so busy as of lately. I haven't been able to work on it, and I gotta make a video. I really gotta do it. Because for next year, I want to do something similar, but I'm still thinking on what I'm gonna do with the spreadsheet. But I really gotta do that. I really gotta update it. Maybe I should do a live in here, live stream, so I can update it once again. Tim, I've been following for about 15 months now. Thank you, Tim. Thank you. I really appreciate it, Tim. 15 months. Wow. You've been following the journey. That's awesome right there. The thrill. I've been subscribed for a while, but the PR shirt made me watch. The Puerto Rico shirt. Yeah. Yeah. From, I don't know if I told you guys, but I'm from Ponce, Puerto Rico. You know, I'm going to show you real quick, you know, because pretty soon, yeah, got another 10 minutes before I log out. But this is where I'm from. I'm going to show you real quick. Let me show you some pictures real quick. Come on. How can I open these pictures? Come on. Can't open the pictures. Why can't I open the pictures? Let me see if I can let me see if I can open. Let me see. I'm looking. Sorry guys. I wanted to open some pictures here, but I can't. Let me show you some stuff real quick. So this is where I'm from. So right here, let me see. This is called Parque de Bombas. So this is a very old fire station, you know, for firemen. There's no more firemen in there. They just have it as a, you know, touristic area. But right across from this is where my father used to work selling ice cream. Like, well, it's an ice cream shop, very, very popular that everybody goes to. So it's right across from this right here, from this one right here. So that's pretty cool. This is El Pueblo de Ponce, and this is an old picture. Yeah, this is an old picture. So this is probably from when I was in my high school years. Because you have La Gloria right here, you got Payless Shoe Source. It's right there in the corner. That is so cool. This one is La Guancha also. This is like a boardwalk over there, so they put a lot of music, salsa, bachata, you know, like a lot of music, and they sell a lot of food in there. You know, I used to go to one of the spots right here towards the middle that they used to sell mofongo. Oh my gosh, she was so good with octopus in it. I can't eat shellfish, but I could eat octopus. Oh my gosh, it was so good, so good. This is from La Guancha also. This is a picture from the boardwalk. This is the other side. Let me see what else. Yeah, this is a close-up of the boardwalk, and this is during the day. So in these spots right here, you can see this is where they sell the food. Let me see this one. Let me see what else they have. Yeah. Used to go up here to hang out. It's called La Cruceta El Vigía. And right up here, there's like a big parking lot. So when I was younger, when I was in my high school year, a lot of people used to go over there to hang out, you know, and yeah, hang out in that area, you know, pretty good area. Let me see. This is probably a beach in Ponce. We don't have very good beaches in Ponce. I gotta go to other towns to go to a beach. I don't know if this is one. But yeah. But this is where I'm from. And I'm gonna show you something real quick. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, so we have some of that. I'm gonna show you real quick something that my grandfather used to make. Give me 1 second before everybody goes. So this is something that we do. Give me 1 second. Yeah. So every year we have the Carnaval in Ponce, and then this is what we call Vejigantes. So my grandfather used to make these. These are the masks that he used to make. My grandfather used to make these right here. You guys can see it right here. This my grandfather used to make. It was so cool. I even have one somewhere. I have a small one. I have a small one somewhere. But I did, at one point, I did get dressed like that. Let me see. I did get dressed like this. I did get dressed. You know, it's so cool. So cool. You know, and then they sell food at this carnival. They sell a lot of stuff. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. You know, this is where I'm from. This is where I'm from. I don't know. It's taking a little bit of time to load. It looks a little bit blurry, but yeah, that's some of the city where I'm from. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, let me see. Brainchild, the cup of coffee statement taught me that the small amounts matter. Yes, yes. You know, that's why I like to invest even a small a cup of coffee in there. You know, it's either you spend those $5 on something that is not gonna bring you any returns, and you know, instead just buy stocks. You know, right now in this era, we can buy fractional shares, which is something that we gotta take advantage of. You know, we don't need to be millionaires to be investing in the stock market. You could just make whatever it is. But yeah. All right, Ghouls, I lost 2K in a meme stock since Wednesday. Since what? Did you mean Wednesday or? Yeah, that's why he's, I don't know. You know, that's why I don't like to invest in any meme stocks. Jeremy, I highly recommend MoneyVest channel. That fella changed the whole way I view investing. I'm gonna check it out. Let me see, MoneyVest channel. I'm guessing it's in YouTube, right? Whoops. Let me go ahead. MoneyVest channel. I'm gonna check it out for sure. I'm gonna check it out. Speed. I show speed is on right now. MoneyVest, right? Is this one the one that you're talking about, Jeremy? I'll check it out. Yeah. I think I've seen one of his videos before. I'll check it out. I'll check it out and see for sure. All right, let me see who else is there. Easy Street. I enjoy a few of those creators you mentioned as well. I started off in high school and was able to turn 6K of inheritance from my grandma in 36K in crypto. Wow, very nice. Easy Street, for sure, very nice. The thrill, muchas quenepas. Yeah, that is something. I used to knock them down from the trees when I was a kid. I used to grab a backpack. This is what he's talking about. Quenepas. They are very good. Oh my gosh, when they're sweet, they are very good. It's this one right here. Yeah. So you will open it up, and then there will be a seed inside. So you'll just take this out. You'll just open it up. As you can see right here. Let me show you a better picture. Yeah. So right here, you will open it up and it will look like this. Oh my gosh, they were so good. I used to grab a backpack with my friends. A couple of friends of mine, we used to go to the trees of these and just knock them down and take them home. Everybody will be so happy at home eating these. It was so good. If you guys go to Ponce, I'll tell you, you gotta try these. Quenepas. They're called quenepas. Okay? Very, very good. Very good choice right there. All right. Let me see who else. Ponce. Yes. Torres. Looks cozy. Tim, just gorgeous. I go there for sure. Tim, I traveled to Costa Rica, Spain, England in the past 9 months. Ooh, very nice. Very nice, Tim. I want to go to Italy. That's where I want to go to. I think I mentioned this before to you guys, but I want to go to Italy. That's where I want to go. Tim wanted to buy a Florida condo, but Trump has changed that plan for me. Oh, man. the president change her, you know, well, the trio Ponce es donde la plena nació. Yes, yes, he did. Bomba y plena. Jeremy, yeah, that's the guy. He's pretty sharp. Okay, I'm gonna take a look. I'm gonna check it out, Jeremy. All right, I think this is it for today. I'm sorry for the technical difficulties. I really like clicking on your messages and pop them up in the screen, but man, I should have looked into it instead of doing a few other things that I was doing before I started the live stream. But you know, just got sidetracked, lost my time. You know, so yeah, they went by so fast, and tomorrow gotta go to work. Oh my gosh. Not looking forward to work. But I'm going to the gym in the morning. You know, it's chest day tomorrow. So gotta go get that chest pump before going to work tomorrow for sure. Let's see if the stock market will give me some opportunities tomorrow. Maybe Bitcoin. Maybe, I don't know what else. You know. Well, I gotta buy Google for the weekly challenge. And then maybe I could buy some Bitcoin. Let me know. What are you guys buying? What are you guys planning on buying this week? Definitely. All right. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for me. I really appreciate your support, guys. I've been averaging more people in the live stream, which is awesome. And I really enjoy doing these live streams. You know, I really do. I kind of want to do more and more often. So I would love to do more live streams, honestly. Maybe soon. I'll try doing more live streams. I'm going to see if I can get to do Wednesday's live stream. I'll let you guys know in there in the chat. Or I'll make a post if I can. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Brainchild, have an awesome week. Same to you guys. Music, thanks. Yep, thanks to all of you guys. You know, thanks for the support. Thanks for being there. Thanks for watching. You know. And definitely have a good week, everyone. Frank, have a good week. The thrill, Jay, it's been fun. Take care. Yeah, everybody take care. And yeah. All right. So, all I can say is, I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.